All right. Well, that's a great segment into the next scene before we go to the next one.
Okay.
All right. We're going to get back in position.
All right.
All right, girl. We had a crazy weekend with lots of fun regrets and all that good stuff. And it is Sunday, and you want to put yourself in a nice bath to wash all of the sin or joy away. There's lavender bath salts going. You got a candle going. The water's nice and warm. You're finally feeling yourself, finally feeling elevated after the long weekend. What song do you have planned as you reset your emotions and your energy for the next week? Yeah, bubble bath, the water in the bathtub slushing around. Wine glass on the right, maybe.
Jill Scott, The Way.
Jill Scott, is it the way? Hold on. Actually, when you can open your eyes now. I asked, so I did this on Sunday, and
Really?
I asked my mom, what song would you play? And I played Times a Wasting by Erykah Badu. And I asked my mom, what song would you play? And she said, oh, I don't know. I would play that one, I guess. And I was like, no. Like, what song? Okay, no, she said Lauryn Hill, Nothing Even Matters. Never mind.
Good.
It wasn't Jill Scott. And then X Factor. But okay, Is It the Way?
They're
That's
all
a good
around the
one.
same BPM.
Yeah, all around that same tone, same vibe. Okay, I like that one. Why that one particularly for you?
Just Jill Scott just felt her voice and her music just always felt very relaxing. Like, and when I think about a bubble bath and I think about like, I don't really want to, like if I could take a nap in this bubble bath, that's what I want it to sound like.
I like that.
I could go for that right now.
I know, it's all right. I'll talk you through a bubble bath later. All right, so let's talk about your brink, or like where you are right now and kind of some of the milestones that have led to this, because you've been making music and performing for years. I guess more than 8 years, more than that, right?
I think probably more than that.
Way more than that. But I guess in terms of when I first found you on SoundCloud, like 2014 to now, there's been so much that's happened. So walk us through some of those milestone moments that have led you up to Hurtbook. And then we'll talk about Hurtbook.
Whew. Okay. I'll start from SoundCloud.
Your first big one, your first big milestone, your first big damn, I put music out and it's actually out here for the world.
Okay, so when I graduated high school, I got a full scholarship to college in Connecticut for classical music, for classical voice.
Wow.
The high school I went to had a performing arts program, and I was in the voice program, but it was a classical-based program, so we were like learning classical training and theory and, singing in different languages and competitions and just a whole new world of music. So I ended up getting a full scholarship, and it was cool. I love singing, classical music. I think operas are awesome.
Yeah.
But I was like, I don't think I want to spend my time doing this. I want to leave. And I think when I left school and my parents were mad about it and everybody was just pretty confused, like, what is going on with this girl? I think that was like, I got to put out some music. I got to do something. Like, I got to make a point. Like, not even make a point. Like, I'm going to do me. I just, what is the next step to do? I dropped out of college. Okay, I got to put out music. So one of my friends, shout out to Puss and Coles, one of my friends I went to high school with, the one I said that I would go to his house and record, we worked on our first project together, the 4 p.m. mix. And we dropped it in 2015. We probably did the whole project in like 4 or 5 months. And it was exciting. And I was starting to get like a little bit of traction on it.
Yeah.
And that was cool. And I was about to start like rolling it out and doing like a short film for it. But I had gotten recruited to get on The Voice, the show The Voice. And we had to sign contracts. So I kind of had to like put my project on ice.
Yeah.
And then, I got rain check for the show. So I didn't even touch the stage. No big deal.
No big deal. Look at me now.
No, it was honestly, that was such a cool experience. I had never paid more attention to like, just, I'm not gonna say content, but like, yeah, content, like, just continuity and just having to be active in different spaces because there's different parts of just storyboarding and stuff. I just thought it was so incredible. And And I met great friends, and I didn't have to be on a contract. So it's like I got to go home. So then I dropped a single a couple months after I got back from The Voice, and it was called Good Morning. And that song started doing really well. And I think from there, I don't know. I just started doing performances anywhere. Like, I mean, it felt like at first they were not young crowds. They were like older crowds, but I didn't care. I just wanted to perform.
Yeah.
And get paid, and the older crowds are paying. So now we're in 2017. And in 2018, I dropped another project called The Shift. Just like really just trying things out.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, still troubleshooting more than anything. You know, the projects were important to me, but it was really just, you know, me practicing, committing to a project and
bringing it to life.
Bringing it to life.
Full breath, yeah.
Yeah, completing something.
The labor.
And, you know, me as an artist, like I'm really overly critical about my work. So once I put out the projects, I'm pretty good off them. I kind of don't even like them. I'm like, all right, the project's out. I'm glad you guys like them. Let's just move on.
No.
I'm insane.
Oh my God, we love what you put in your music, girl.
Thank
Stop.
you. No, I'm working on it. I love my music. I meant it. I wrote it. I swear.
Yeah.
But I just already know the next place I want to go.
So you're one of those where you're like, all right, you have a very proactive mindset, I guess, in terms of like your inspiration. So you could be in something right now, getting that out and put that out, but you are already, your mind and your spirit's already on the next project
100%.
or the next track.
Song.
Slow down. We want you here with us.
Oh my God.
We want you to experience it with us.
I'm here. No, I want to experience it with everyone. I want to experience it with us. I want us to be on this journey together. So I'm cool.
Yeah.
And I feel like me sharing these songs with people, because not all the stories are like super recent or super current, but I find myself connecting these old stories to what's something currently happening in my life. So it's like I can't even escape it, which is why, you know, it's called the Hurtbook.
Wait, hold on. Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
No.
It's
It's a good thing. But it's a, you know, I guess it's a good thing and a bad thing, but it's a good thing. Saying like I can't, like these old stories, like just my experiences, like you can't escape your experiences. Like they've happened, they're part of your journey is what I'm saying. So you might as well just find a new way to embrace them, or since you've been here before, you can find a better way of going about it. So the experience is different, you know? Yeah.
Well, let's talk about Hurtbook then and all the hurt you had to put into that.
Woohoo.
Hurtbook, where did the concept come from?
So the first version of Hurtbook was inspired by myself and somebody that I was like kind of in a situationship with. And then it felt like the movie The Notebook, because like it just kept like, just wasn't ending. And I didn't know how it was gonna end. And then time kind of went by, and then I was like, man, it'll just be a compilation of just situationship stories. And then I got signed. And when I got signed, a lot of things started changing. Just like my relationship with myself, and the romantic part of my life was just the least important. Like my friendships were starting to change. Like just my outlook on life was starting to shift. And it was just like an adult puberty. And
oof. Cringe.
It just became painful. And I was like, yo, this stuff sucks. And, you know, historically, especially with like dating, I'm really good at like brushing that type of shit off.
Oh, really? It's a Scorpio. See? It's a Scorpio. Anyways.
I don't know what to say. I plead the fifth. But it just got to a point where I can't really ignore how I feel, because these are my friendships, or these things really hurt, and I can't brush it off, and I can't drink it away or dance it away or smoke it away, even though I don't drink. I just can't. I can't keep ignoring it. So I wanted to make a project to just kind of like embrace these emotions, because I know that embracing the way I feel and accepting how I feel will help me move past it or help me like move forward. And all these experiences are just part of my story, and I don't regret any of the things. You know what I'm saying? They're all experiences. Yeah, it's our story. It's a hurt book. It's a hurt, not a broken book. Like I didn't want it to be a burn book per se, because we can't, like I said, we can't like escape the things that have happened to us. I mean, we can find a new freedom with it, but trying to erase it or act like it never happened it's not even fair to you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's not even fair to you. Give yourself grace.
Give yourself grace. The whole project is basically about giving yourself grace.
I love that. Which one of those tracks was most uncomfortable for you to write?
I'd say So Be It was the most uncomfortable for me to write.
The first one?
That was actually the last song we recorded for the project.
Well, how'd you put that one?
Actually, no, second to last song.
Why is that one first? I want to know that. Just because like I like it first. I'm a big what's going to be your first track on your project person. So Be is a good one to be first for me, from what I love about your music. But why was So Be It first for you?
I wanted the project to start with a punch, and we were really having we were really going back and forth like, what should the first song be? And we knew So Be It was like powerful. And that wasn't about a romantic relationship. That was about a friendship. One of my best friends and I like had a big falling out, and I was in the studio in Orlando working with Rodney Jerkins, and I was in the room with Bishay and Reggie Beckton, the other two writers, and they were like,
Reggie Beckton,
my dog. And they're like, yeah, so what you got going on? I was like, bruh, I don't have anything to talk about except me and one of my friends. I didn't even think that was going to be the concept for the song. And they're like, yo, I just went through something like that. I just went through something like that. And the friendship breakup hurt because like I still love them, you know? And I just had to come to terms that I have to love them differently or love them from a distance. And even though we had fallen off, it didn't feel like beef. It just felt like So Be It. And
So Be It, yeah. You grow separate ways.
And, you know, people try to be the bigger, everybody wants to be the bigger person. You know, everybody wants to move past things and get over them. But the truth of the matter is like you still feel how you feel. Like I do still miss you.
Yeah.
I do still care. You know, but I know that I can't keep going. And I wanted to just kind of set the tone with the project that like, it's okay to be vulnerable with yourself. You don't have to share it with the world. You just got to do it for yourself. And there are like sometimes ending things are okay.
Being vulnerable with yourself is probably one of the hardest things to do.
It is.
It's harder than you think it is.
It's a journey, but you like it's a process, and you got to be patient with yourself. But you got to understand that like it's your world, you know. So the sooner you accept yourself for who you are, that you start unraveling new things and you start seeing new layers of life, and you start to get a hunger for more. But it's scary.
What about those times where you're unraveling things about yourself and they seem to be a little toxic or a little scary or a little like you're not proud of it or shameful, or like, you know, maybe you're not as good of a person as you thought you were, or maybe you're a little bit more dark than you thought you were, and you start finding these things out as you wallow in some of that pain or those sorrows.
It's scary. You may discover some things about yourself that need to be checked, but that's the beautiful part of you even checking it in the first place. You know what I'm saying? You can beat yourself up about it. You can be like, all right, listen, you know that shit's out of pocket, but it's okay. Work on it. You know what I'm saying? Next time you get that urge, just say no, or just challenge it. Like you just got to work with yourself. Like find, like, you know yourself best.